What is up, everyone? Welcome to 5 Things We Learned from Game Week 2. We're back with another 5 Things series, and today we are going to be looking at what we learned from Game Week 2. So make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new, and let's get into the video. Alright, inning number 1. Jesus fires back. Now, Gabriel Jesus came back to punish his sellers with 2 goals and 2 assists, being the highest point scorer for the game week with about 19 points, which was pretty high, and punished about 200,000 plus sellers who got rid of him on the back of his result on game week 1. Now, Gabriel Jesus goes into game week 3 as probably one of the best captaincy choices as well. Facing a Bournemouth team, obviously City, Arsenal have a few similarities in their style of play. You could say that maybe Gabriel Jesus also could benefit from that and probably could get a return against Bournemouth as well. He's looked good in the last 2 game weeks. Arsenal are a team on form, and I expect Jesus to do well in that game as well. Inning number 2, Leon Bailly's time is up. Now, Leon Bailly got benched for the weekend's fixture against Everton, and that brought attention to fantasy managers. Now, he did come on off the bench, but unlike his last time's outing against Everton where he got a goal and an assist, this time he couldn't really get it. He maybe had a chance to get an assist if Watkins managed to finish his shot, but unfortunately it didn't happen, and maybe his time is now running out. A lot of managers are looking to sell him on, but who is your best option? Are you going to go down to a 4.5 midfielder? There are talks about Justice Silva, but he hasn't had the most minutes, and his recent goals have also been very low XG shots, so don't expect him to be repeating those performances again. So it's a question whether you want to go to another 5 million midfielder. There aren't too many options, or do you want to go to a 4.5 midfielder as maybe your third choice or second choice player who probably won't appear into your starting 11? Let me know what you think in the comments, but that's number 2. Let's move on to number 3. Darwin on hold. Now, there was a whole bandwagon with regards to Darwin Núñez. A lot of managers moved from Gabriel Jesus to Darwin Núñez as one of the main transfers this week. Didn't pay off. Now Darwin Núñez is out for 3 game weeks. That means a lot of managers who are also looking to bring in Darwin Núñez, that move is currently on hold. We don't need to rush into it. We can now probably wait and see how Liverpool do, because the next couple game weeks, obviously, it's a bit easy for Liverpool. But by the time Darwin Núñez is back, Liverpool's UCL action would have started, midweek fixtures would start. We'll probably have to then adjust and see how rotation happens. Maybe Diogo Jota will also be back by then. So there'll be a couple of things to kind of consider once Darwin Núñez is back. For now, we don't have to rush into it. But on other news, Salah didn't return at all as well. And he is going into Game Week 3 as a potential captaincy option. Keep in mind, though, there is a potential that there could be a protest at Old Trafford, which means the game could get cancelled out or could get postponed. So in that specific situation, make sure not to captain and vice-captain a Liverpool player. You can captain one and vice-captain a player from another team, but don't have the same captain and vice-captain from the same team, just in case the game gets cancelled out. That's number 3. Now, moving on, number 4. Nico Williams rises. Now, Nico Williams did step up to the plate in terms of as a possible option to be played ahead of Game Week 3. Now, obviously, with the likes of Leon Bailly and Neto not really performing, and Andres Pereira right now having a yellow marker with regards to a knock, there are uncertainties in terms of who do you want to play. Now, Nico Williams could be a good option to play in potentially a 5 at the back this weekend. Forest did keep a clean sheet against West Ham, and now they're going to be facing an Everton team that hasn't really scored a goal, and the only goal they've got this season so far has been an own goal. Obviously, the last game they did have post quite high XG numbers, but even then, Forest are a pretty good team. I mean, they did kind of ride their luck in terms of keeping a clean sheet, but at the same time, Nico Williams posted a non-penalty XGI of 0.60, which was the second highest in that match. And I think he had 5 goal attempts as well. So probably one of the highest for a defender this weekend as well. So he's posting good attacking threats and the possibility of a good clean sheet as well. He is now a potential player to start for game week 3 at least. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And then let's move on to number 5. United. Lol. Make sure you sell all the assets. So United lost 4-0 to Brentford. Shocker? I don't think so. I kind of expected it, to be honest. Here I am. But United lost 4-0 to Brentford. Not the same team as before. A lot of people did start with a couple United assets. If you have United assets, I would sell and I would get rid. Now, does that mean that they are a team to target against the Liverpool game? Again, I mentioned game could get postponed. We don't really know. The other thing is Salah could be a good captaincy option, but I think it's also very dependent on what team sheet is put out for the United game. If Varane and Malaysia are back into the starting 11 ahead of the likes of Maguire and Luke Shaw, then there's a possibility that maybe the team is slightly more better than what they are before that. So we'll have to see. If Shaw does start alongside Maguire, I think Salah will have a field day because he's been very effective against those two on that side as well. So we'll have to see how they do. But at the same time, Liverpool also haven't been very good recently. The loss of Thiago is huge in terms of creativity. And we'll have to see whether that will impact Liverpool's game against United. We'll see what happens, but let me know in the comments what you think about it. These are the 5 things I learned from Game Week 2. If you learned anything, just do one thing, put it down in the comments what you've learned from Game Week 2. Also, if you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Thank you all for watching. The next video will be analyzing the OS Elite Qualifier and Twitter League for managers from Game Week 2. So make sure to check that out as well. And after that, we'll have the podcast on Wednesday live streaming to you guys as well. So a lot of content coming this week. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah.